Welcome children in bio class. I am going to explain you kingdom Munera. Children, you studied according to 5 kingdom system of classification. Organisms were divided into 5 kingdom: Monera, Protista, Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. So you have to study each kingdom. So first is kingdom Monera. Which organisms are kept in kingdom Monera? The organisms which are prokaryotic, unicellular, microscopic. Prokaryotic, unicellular, and microscopic. It means the organisms which do not have well developed nucleus. In that nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nucleoplasm are absent. Only naked DNA strands or circular DNA is present. It serves as the genetic material or as a chromosomes. In the cytoplasm, membrane bounded cell organelles like mitochondria, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum are absent. So that organisms are called prokaryotic. So you have to know which organisms are prokaryotic. The organisms which have primitive nucleus. Primitive nucleus means nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nucleoplasm is not present. Only DNA strand is there, naked DNA, that is the chromosomes. Membrane bounded cell organelles are absent. They are unicellular, it means their body is made up of only one cell. They are microscopic, they are very small, we cannot see to them with the naked eye. So these are the kingdom Monera. But kingdom Monera divided into 3 groups. First is Archaebacteria. Second is Eubacteria. And third one is Cyanobacteria. C-Y-A-N-O, Cyanobacteria. So these are the 3 groups. Kingdom Monera divided into Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, and Cyanobacteria. Archaebacteria are ancient bacteria. These Archaebacteria divided into methanogens, halophiles, and thermoacidophiles. Eubacteria are the true bacteria, and Cyanobacteria are blue-green algae. They are found in the water like nostoc, Anabaena, oscillatoria. These are the blue-green algae. So children, you have to study in detail about only bacteria, that is Eubacteria. You have to study bacteria. You know, bacteria are the smallest microorganisms. Bacteria are found everywhere. Bacteria are found in water, in air, in the soil, in the ice, and they can survive at high temperature, and they can survive at very low temperature. They can survive in the high concentration of salt. They can survive in the acidic mediums. So bacteria are found everywhere. Bacteria are classified on the basis of their shape. you have to study the classification of bacteria. Bacteria are classified on the basis of the classification of bacteria. I told bacteria are classified. First is on the basis of the shape. Second is on the basis of nutrition. Third is on the basis of mode of respiration. And fourth is on the basis of staining. So you have to study the classification of bacteria on the basis of the shape, on the basis of the mode of nutrition, on the basis of the mode of respiration, and on the basis of staining. So this is the classification of bacteria. So first you see the classification of bacteria on the basis of the shape. On the basis of the shape, bacteria are divided into many groups. The bacteria are rod-shaped. These rod-shaped bacteria are called bacillus. So these are the rod-shaped bacteria. These rod-shaped bacteria are when single, then that is the microbacillus. So like this rod-shaped bacteria are. So these are the microbacillus. If two rod-shaped bacteria have joined together, then that is the diplobacillus. Diplobacillus. If rod-shaped many bacteria join together form a long chain as shown here, so that is the streptobacillus. Strepto, streptobacillus. If many rod-shaped bacteria are coming in a group and they are forming in the irregular shape like this cluster, so that is Staphylobacillus. Second is spherical. Spherical bacteria. The spherical bacteria are spherical. They are coccus. Plural is cocci. These coccus bacteria are not having flagella. They are non-motile. If they occur single, like the single spherical bacteria, so they are micrococcus. If two spherical bacteria have joined together, so that is Diplococcus. If many join together and form a long chain, so that is the Streptococcus. And when there are a group of spherical bacteria, they are making irregular shape like this, so that is the Staphylococcus. Third one is helical bacteria. Helical is also a spiral. So this is the structure of spiral bacteria. These spiral bacteria have flagella. These are the hair-like structures that will help in the locomotion, spiral bacteria. And fourth is comma-shaped bacteria, that is Vibrio or Vibro. So this is Vibro bacteria, comma-shaped bacteria. They resemble with the sign of comma. Sign of comma is like this. Now, I told on the basis of the shape, bacteria are divided into 4 groups: Bacillus, Coccus, Spiral, and Comma, or Vibro. Spherical bacteria, that is Coccus, divided into Micrococcus, Diplococcus, Streptococcus, Staphylococcus. So, spherical bacteria are Micrococcus, Streptococcus, Diplococcus, Streptococcus, Staphylococcus. Rod-shaped Microbacillus, Diplobacillus, Streptobacillus, and Staphylobacillus. Helical or spiral, they are twisted bacteria. Other is comma-shaped, that is Vibrobacteria. Next is on the basis of nutrition, how the bacteria are obtaining the nutrients. So on the basis of mode of nutrition, bacteria are divided into 2 groups. One is autotrophs. Second is heterotrophs. Autotrophs means they obtain their nutrients by themselves. They were able to synthesize their food. For the synthesis of the food, they were using radiant energy of sun, light energy. So they were called as photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs. So they were using the radiant energy of sun, photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs bacteria were capable of converting radiant energy into chemical energy. Photoautotrophs bacteria divided into 3 groups on the basis of color. First one is in the photoautotrophs, first is green sulfur bacteria. Green sulfur bacteria. Second is purple sulfur bacteria. Purple sulfur bacteria. And third is non-sulfur pulper bacteria. Non-sulfur purple. So these are the 3 types of photoautotrophic bacteria. Green sulfur bacteria or green color, they have photosynthetic pigment chlorobium. So photosynthetic pigment chlorobium is present in the green sulfur. They use hydrogen sulfide or other reduced inorganic sulfur. Next is purple sulfur bacteria. They have photosynthetic pigment bacteriochlorophyll. There is purple sulfur bacteria use other reduced sulfur compound instead of hydrogen sulfide. Non-sulfur purple bacteria, these are motile bacteria, Rhodospirillum. Their pigment is bacteriochlorophyll. Next is Autotroph. So, which bacteria are chemoautotrophs? Chemoautotrophs. Chemoautotrophs were not able to trap the radiant energy of sun. Instead of that, they obtain their energy by oxidizing chemical compound. When they were oxidizing chemical compound, they derive energy, and that energy they store for, they use for synthesizing their food materials, their nutrients. Chemoautotrophs are 4 types. The first chemoautotrophs are sulfur bacteria. Sulfur bacteria. These bacteria occur in sulfur containing terrestrial or aquatic environment. In the soil sulfur is or in the water sulfur is, there they are found. They derive energy by oxidation of reduced sulfur compound. Second is iron bacteria. Iron bacteria. Iron bacteria found in the freshwater pond and springs. They oxidize ferrous compound into ferric compound, and during this reaction energy release. That energy they utilize for the synthesis of organic compound. Third is hydrogen bacteria. Hydrogen bacteria. Hydrogen bacteria obtain their energy to oxidize molecule of hydrogen into water. Fourth one is nitrifying bacteria. Nitrifying bacteria. This nitrifying bacteria. These bacteria are found in the soil. These bacteria oxidize ammonia to nitrite and nitrate. Nitrosomonas and nitrobacter bacteria are nitrifying bacteria. When they oxidize ammonia, energy release. That energy they use to synthesize organic compounds. Now next is heterotrophic bacteria. Heterotrophic. So heterotrophic bacteria, these bacteria are not able to synthesize their food. They are getting the food from the others living organisms or from the host. These bacteria are divided into 3 categories. In that, first one is parasitic. Parasitic. Parasitic bacteria obtain their food from other living organisms. They are found inside the body of living organisms. They are getting the food. Generally, parasitic bacteria are harmful and they are causing serious disease, like Mycobacterium tuberculosis causing TB. These are parasitic bacteria. Diplococcus pneumoniae causing pneumonia. Clostridium tetani causing tetanus. Salmonella typhi causing typhoid. All these are parasitic bacteria. They are found inside the body and they are getting the food from the host. Next is saprophytic bacteria. Those bacteria which are getting the food from dead organic matter. They obtain their food by decomposing complex organic molecule into simple organic. So they are called saprophytic bacteria. Now third one is symbiotic. Symbiotic bacteria. So the bacteria grow in beneficial association with other living organisms, as some bacteria are found in the intestine of human beings and animals. They are symbiotic. They produce enzyme for digestion of food. They are helping in the digestion of food, and they are getting ready-made food from the host. Other is Rhizobium leguminosarum. This Rhizobium, these bacteria are found in the root of leguminous plant. They are getting the shelter and food from the host plant, but they are providing to the host plant nitrate in the form of nitrogen in the form of nitrate. So these are the symbiotic bacteria. Next is classification of bacteria on the basis of respiration. So on the basis of mode of respiration, bacteria are two types. One is aerobic, and other is anaerobic. Aerobic means they need oxygen. Anaerobic means they don't need oxygen. Aerobic bacteria are two types. One is obligate aerobic, other is facultative aerobic. Obligate aerobic, strict aerobic, and facultative, they can survive if they are not getting oxygen also.